Angry guy here, and men are choosing stress-free lives over women. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, please help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Now let's begin. Men are choosing stress-free lives over women. I want to share with you guys a comment that I received on one of my videos. I think that this really sums it up very, very well. So this comes from Randy. He says, I'll be 66 next week. I live in a mobile home I inherited from my dad, along with 6 figures. I drive a classic luxury car. My lot rent is $270 a month, and property taxes are $21 a year. Total expenses are less than $1,000 a month. That's for food and everything else, y'all. I have 14 guitars and 13 pedal boards. I can cook. It takes me 10 minutes to vacuum from front to back. I can sew a button on a shirt. I can run a washing machine. Anything else I can outsource. Why would I want to bring a woman in and give up my number one and number two commodities, my time and my peace of mind? Guys, this is something else. You know, these men are out there. This has been happening for quite some time. I have men from all walks of life. I have a ton of doctors that just pop up constantly. Mayumi is the one who's stuck around, but I have a lot of guys, a lot of men who are doctors, and they're constantly popping up. Some of these men are young, some of these men are old, some of them are in the middle of their career, some of them are retired. And it's amazing that women think that they are smarter than these men. Every woman thinks that she's smarter than a man, and that she's going to game them out of their money. It is a level of insanity. This is why I call it functional insanity. They truly believe some woman who works at McDonald's, making what, $32,000 a year, or were they getting $20 now in California, making $30,000 or $40,000 a year to shake fries and flip burgers, thinks that she's smarter than someone with life experience that's actually had to work hard for a living and build themselves up. She thinks that she's smarter than educated people. She thinks that she's smarter than everyone. Like, it's, guys, these people are functionally insane. And they are convinced that they're going to go and take this money away from men because men have no choice but to surrender it to them, or else they're going to shame them. What's happening is a lot of men are living silently. They've gone MWA silently. Now, I will say what is very, very concerning is a lot of other men, more and more men are going MGTOW, which is not good. MGTOW is male separatism, and it is not compatible. There's a lot of these Migglypuff guys that are trying to say, oh, I'm going to become a passport bro, or, Migglypuff is not I helped build that community. I'm one of the originals. I'm one of the OGs of that community. I helped build that community. It is separatism. And I will tell you right now, it is hard for me because I was a monk and then I went hermit. And I left the community because things were getting crazy. Like, there was so much, there was infiltration. The incels definitely infiltrated the community. And I will tell you that was the primary reason why I walked away. Because that's what men have always done. They walk away. But it's hard. It is hard to walk away from that lifestyle, because when you take women out of your life. People think that it's hard. It really is addictive. It becomes extremely addictive to remove women from your life. It's a hard and it's a painful thing. When you start working out on your own, like avoiding going around them, like it becomes addictive as a man to avoid engagements or relationships with women. And it's not a matter of like, there are some guys who's like, oh, I'm like I'm gonna go level 99 practicing. No, you're not gonna win any special prizes. What you get is peace of mind, but also there's something that your brain starts to tell you, yeah, it feels good, doesn't it, huh, boy? Yeah. You don't have to put up with that nonsense. Listen to me. You take that gaming controller, you play those video games, all right? What's good? What's good, my boy? What's good? You like Dragon Ball? Come on, put on some Dragon Ball Super. Put on some Dragon Ball Super, okay? What, you want some video games? Listen, man. You know what? I'm gonna let you buy some video. What you want? You want 2 or 3 video games? Go ahead and pick up those video games. It's on me. It's on me. And I'm telling you, this is what happens. It messes with your head. It really messes with your head. And you will go down that path of where you don't want to have anything to do with a woman. And it's really, really modern day women. I've talked about this, and there are guys who try to say it's not true. It is. It absolutely is. This is what happens, especially in the Migglypuff community, where you get to that point where you enjoy the life. You become addicted to the life. You can become addicted to separating yourself from women. You can become addicted to living this type of life. As you can see from the guy who wrote in from the comment, he's living this life. Why would he want to bring anyone to disrupt his peace? There's a lot of guys. This is not the only comment. A lot of guys like him that are living like this. And men don't need a lot to survive. He's living in luxury. This is luxury for a man. Let me explain. For a man, this is more luxurious for a lot of men than living in a mansion, because he has everything he needs in there, he has everything that he needs in the in the mobile home that he inherited from his father. Okay, has everything he needs in there. Within 10 minutes, he can vacuum the entire damn thing. Keeps it clean very easy. Drives an old school luxury car. He is living I was born in the 1980s. I'm 40 years old right now. I don't really like modern cars. Outside of, let's say, a Tesla, I don't like modern cars. I like older cars. And that's how a lot of men are. We like older cars. And it's hard. It's true. The only reason why you buy these stupid, I don't want a Lamborghini. If I want to drive a Lamborghini one day, I would rent it. I don't want the stress. Listen to me. So people can want to rob me or what? So some girl who works at Mickey D's, can walk around and basically think that I'm supposed to invite her in. Like, why would I even do that? I don't like. It's sickening. Like, this is simp culture. Buying a fancy sports car just to attract a woman. You're spending thousands of dollars in crazy insurance, and the damn thing can only seat 2 people. And it's a magnet that draws attention from the wrong kind of attention, because it draws attention from the cops and also from the criminals. So it's like attention you definitely don't want. Come on. Versus, an old school car, like something that they drove in Supernatural. Man, those are the cars that guys want to drive. And like I said, it's like you don't want the stress. Like, guys, like, it's like all my money is my money. I can eat what I want. I can, I just picked up a new Steam Deck OLED, and it's crazy. I can just do whatever the hell I want. As a man right now, all my money is just going in the bank, and I don't want to spend money on women. I'm just being real with y'all. I do not want to spend my money on a woman. I don't even want to, I used to, there was a time in my life where I used to, go and hang out with the chicas, go to the brothel, and I don't want to give these women my money anymore. I don't even want to give them $30. Not only do I not even want to give them $30, I don't even want to have to worry about the prospect of catching something from one of them, even though the chances are very low. I always wrap it up. I don't even want the stress or the interaction. Like this is how it is for like when you like a lot of dudes, they get to the point where they don't even want the stress or the interaction. Like I'm planning to go over to Japan because that's where I'm going to find some. I truly believe I'll find peace over there. But I'm looking more. I'm an extrovert, a hard extrovert, and yet I'm looking so much forward to just being by myself and not having to really deal with people. Like I'm literally like just going crazy at the idea of being able to get on the subway and no one will sit next to me, and it's like just a joy. Like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. It's like that's how the Japanese people are, and it's like it's like, you just get to this point as a man where you just don't want to be bothered anymore with these people in general, especially having relationships with modern day women. And even though you can go overseas and you can find a nice girl and find a nice woman, and they say very good things. A lot of guys have said very good things about their Japanese wives or their Filipinas. Some guys say they've been married for 33 years, 38 years, and it's crazy. And clearly there's a lot of success there. But you have to understand, for a lot of men, and myself included, it doesn't it's hard to leave the lifestyle. And I'll warn you guys, don't go full MGTOW, because you a lot of times you can't come back from it. It will stay a part of you. Like walk away from Western society and relationships in Western society, but but stay away from listen, some people will say, well, the Miggly Puffs, they saved my life. I helped red pill a lot of men, and I'm not attacking the Miggly Puffs. What I'm telling you is that you will a lot of you will get addicted to that life. And even if you decide later on that you want to have a relationship with a woman, it'll change you to the point that you're like, you know what? Forget this. I don't want to be bothered with this. I want to enjoy my best life. I'm living my best life. This is how I'm telling you. I'm telling you, just like this dude that I just showed you. He's like, he doesn't want it. He's enjoying his peace. He doesn't want any complication. And this will happen to you as you get older, and especially as your testosterone levels start to balance out, and you're not constantly thirsting for physical intimacy, because it does happen as you get into into your 30s, your late 30s and 40s. Thank God, because when I was in my 20s, I was going crazy. Even parts of my 30s, I was going crazy. Now in my 40s, I'm just chilling. But you know, once it starts to balance out, you'll go through periods where you're like, I don't even feel like I even want a woman. I don't really want a woman. Just be real, like I don't want to. What, it's like, and then like and then here's another thing. The moment that you start feeling that way, like, oh, well, I mean, I could have a relationship. All you need to do is go and pluck the chicken or beat the meat. And I'm telling you, as soon as you do that, the post nut clarity is going to come to you. And as soon as that post nut clarity hits, you're like, what was I even thinking? No, I'm not about that life. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, please help get this channel to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Men are choosing stress-free lives over women. I'm not criticizing the Migglypuffs in any way. I'm just letting you know that if you go down there, if you go down that path, you may not be able to come back. Okay? Just being real, you may not be able to come back because you may leave the Migglypuffs, but Migglypuff never truly leaves you. And until you've experienced it for yourself, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like when I say, the label feminism may go away, but the legacy will live on. It's kind of like that with Migglypuff. Like, you may leave Migglypuff, but Migglypuff never leaves you. It's just like you could take the girl out of the streets, but you can't take the streets out of the girl. You can take the label away from the Migglypuff, but you can't take the Migglypuff, out of you can't take the Migglypuff out of the man. Once it's there, it's there. But I want to know your thoughts about this in the comments, and let me know what you guys think about this. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.